please let us know. We've had a few technical difficulties, but it's Eurovision. What's Eurovision without technical difficulties? And welcome to our pad, man.
Look at this. Look how beautiful Beetle mural we have behind us. The city is super artistic. We've been here now for 2 days. Andy and I, 2 days, just 1 day.
Yep.
And I have to say, we're really liking the Liverpool vibe. And we have to say that we are on Penny Lane. The very Penny Lane. The one from the song. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my... No, Andy and I were having a
We've been arguing about the lyrics.
Yeah.
We're not arguing. I think Clara might have the lyrics right, and I think I've got them wrong.
I think I'm saying that it's Penny Lane, it's in my ears and in my heart, but maybe it's in my ears and in my eyes. So you guys, if you're Beatle fans, let us know in the comments what are the right lyrics. We could be less of lazy people and actually Google that ourselves,
but
we have you here. So let us know if you know the right lyrics.
So guys, we're here in Liverpool. I was going to say hello to Sarah Halloran. Hey, Simple Thing. Hey, Gingerbread. How you doing? We're good. I have to say that I've only ever been to Liverpool once in my life, and I couldn't really remember it. And we have loved this city ever since we've arrived. The vibe is perfect. The people are really, really friendly. Hey, Gianluca, how you doing? Gingerbread's getting overbaked. How are we, guys? Well, a little bit overbaked because we had some sunshine since we've been here. Actually, we thought the weather was going to be. The first night we got here, we went down to the M&S Bank Arena just to kind of check it out, and it was freezing. So
super freezing. Like I had packed very few things, very few warm weather, cold weather clothes, and I was wearing all of my layers on. I'm saying like the Eurobox sweatshirt, a coat, and my really wintry coat from Latvia, and I was freezing to death. And then Andy took one for the team, went to a shop to buy an extra coat, and what happened after those 40 quid was spent? It was super sunny and super warm. So thank you for taking one for the team.
So I love to treat you guys. I forgot to bring my coat to Liverpool, guys, so I did have to go and buy a new one. Mark Bugard, you're coming to Liverpool, Mark, and we're going to meet you finally. Thank you so much for all of your support. We've loved seeing your name on our videos. Now we get to put a face to the name. That'd be great. Hey, George Makin as well. You got tickets to the jury final as well, so you're coming to Liverpool.
That is so cool.
We're so excited about meeting. We've already had a couple of people that have seen us here and kind of said hello to us, which is amazing because we've still got a couple of weeks to go. But so excited to meet you guys. I can see Lee Fern in the live as well. Guys, I have to run downstairs because I have to go and collect a delivery. But keep it going, girls.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, we're gonna budge up.
Yeah, so guys, tomorrow the rehearsal starts.
Yes.
Rehearsals from the first semi-final, yes. I have to go to you
Of
first
course.
and only, because there's nobody else. Who are you most excited to see tomorrow rehearse?
Oh, from the first semi, probably, I'm gonna say Ireland is one of them, just because it's one of my favourite songs from this year's contest. And obviously the national final, we didn't get to see much of a staging, you know, because of the studio they were in. So I'm curious to see kind of if they're just going to go the typical band route and have them on stage with their instruments, or if they're going to mix it up a bit. So I'm excited to see that just because I love the song.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Ireland also because I recently learned, I should have done my research better, but I recently learned that the singer, this current singer, is not actually the actual singer. He is the keyboard player, and the keyboard player is the singer that had all the hits in Ireland. So I am very confused. Thank you, Tommy from Eurobox, for that information. So Connor is not really the main singer, the lead singer generally, but they've switched roles for Eurovision, which I find
that's so cool.
I know, I found it super interesting. And I would say that from my part, I'm super excited to see Finland. Like,
Me too.
Finland is my favorite this year. There's no secret about it. So I can't wait to see what Karia brings on stage.
Oh, yeah.
He already said it was going to be somewhat similar to the national final, but like bringing it a little
Like
extra.
bigger.
Yeah, his dancers, he told me he was going to try and see if they could have extra bigger fake teeth.
Whoa.
Because that is crazy. Another one, well, Loreen, she's performing.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. Let's see if the sandwich maker, how Eurofans are describing her performance, is going to be there or not, because that was the rumor.
I mean, I would imagine her staging would be similar to what we saw at Melfest because it worked then, and typically Sweden sticks to the same staging. But it will be. I'm curious to see how the sandwich maker will be in Liverpool.
Oh yes, oh yes, definitely. And Norway, I'm also super excited. She is opening the show, so
Yes.
she's going to be the first rehearsal we see. We hope, because we really are not sure how we're
Yeah.
going to see these rehearsals. We're not sure if Eurovision is going to show it on TikTok or we're going to get YouTube uploads. We know that TikTok is partnering this year again with Eurovision. It's the official entertainment partner.
Yeah.
That is how it's been described, right?
Yes.
So we would guess that we will see the rehearsals on TikTok first, but we will have to wait for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Andy is here, so he's about to join, and we have been, just to fill Andy in, we have been talking about who are we most excited to see tomorrow perform doing the rehearsals. We already said Ireland, because it's Jess's favorite. I said Finland, and we were almost discussing about Loreen right now.
What about Malta?
Oh, you have to
Oh,
come
yeah.
closer because you're not in the frame.
I'm really excited to see Malta perform because I think it's, well, we might not see it, well, we won't see it, but a clip of Malta. I think it's going to be really fun, and the
Yeah.
guys have got so much charisma and they're really enjoying the experience. So I cannot wait to see them. No, I don't mind being off screen, it's fine. So I've just run up the stairs, guys. I'm a little bit out of breath. I had to go and collect something. Who are you guys looking forward to rehearsals? Because we've got a full day tomorrow as
Yeah.
well. Obviously, rehearsals are starting a day later than they normally would, I think.
Yeah.
They normally start on the Saturday. I think in Tel Aviv they started on the Friday, but that's because they had a
Sabbath,
day off.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty long day for the production team tomorrow. But we're looking forward to seeing the clips as you guys are. Rai Bailey, you're saying tomorrow Finland is your second place.
Who's your first place?
Oh, we've got Portugal tomorrow as
Oh,
well.
yes.
I gotta sell. Gingerbread, you're looking forward to Portugal. They've got no couch, that's going to change a bit. You know more than us. Did we know that they were getting rid of the couch?
I just presumed they would keep the similar staging.
Portugal for me, because Portugal the past few years in Eurovision and Junior Eurovision have brought it with the staging. Like they've just got it bang on. Even with the Junior Eurovision song, 70 years, I can't remember what the...
Anos 70.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not a song that was a favourite by many going into the show, but with this amazing staging, Portugal always seems to pull it off. Candy Boy, we've got Serbia. We've got so much happening
Yes.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow is an exciting day for sure for everyone.
This is like our last, it's kind of our last night, and we are, after we've spoken to you guys, we're going to chill because we know from tomorrow things are going to start getting busier. France is your winner, Rai Bailey, as well.
It's my winner too.
I have to be honest, it's probably my favourite or one of my favourites this year. I've forgotten her name. Lazara.
You think about El Zorro, but the female version of El Zorro, La Farra.
Lazara, she's had a difficult couple of weeks.
Has she?
So she put a really sweet message actually out on, she had to pull out of London, didn't she, in Amsterdam. She didn't perform. And she put out a really lovely message on, I think, the French national TV, Instagram. Go and check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, she's, it seems like she's more than ready. And apparently she's bringing something big to the stage here in Liverpool. So, hey, Ian Williams, you're looking forward to seeing Iru live. She's got such a good voice. That's going to be one of those performances where it's just going to be epic. I think it lends itself to epic staging. What do you think we're going to see?
I mean,
Yeah, no, please go ahead.
I think it would be nice to see the music video come to life on stage and to see elements of that, but just on a bigger scale. Other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah, I was going to say the music video is changing. It's so ever changing. Every scene is sort of different. So I was going to say maybe she will pick one staging of the music video and develop it from there. But then how cool it will be to have like a changing, like, you know, you always have a costume reveal,
change. Yeah.
but you can have a staging reveal or like something like that. Like start with the staging set in one mood and then finish it in
Yeah.
a different mood. I think
like
that could
that
be
idea.
very interesting.
Gingerbread, I can see you wanted to know what the delivery was. It was really boring. It was just a microphone cable. That's literally all it was. It was meant to come earlier. It didn't come. I had to get onto Amazon. It's finally been delivered. So
We're still gearing up.
technical
for you guys.
technical things always happen. Things always break. So we have to get replacements. Lee Fern, you're looking forward to seeing Sweden stage and what they will actually do. So there's been this discussion as to whether she's got the ceiling or whether she's not. We still don't know. And she's kind of given hints that we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously going to be big and epic. I think we can agree on that.
And she's Loreen, so whatever Loreen wants, the universe delivers.
Oh, thank you, Peter. We're so lucky with this apartment. And guys, if you're coming to Liverpool outside of Eurovision, we can recommend this apartment. You need to check out at Beetle Stays on Instagram and Twitter, and you can book them through Airbnb as well. So yeah, really big apartment as well. It's very, very spacious.
If I don't want to see those guys.
I was going to say, if we had an argument, we can literally go to a different part of the apartment. Laurie Francis is curious about Israel staging. Now, we've not even seen a live performance. I think she did something. I don't know if it was a full live performance in Israel in the past few days, but you know, and we saw this kind of this blue and white outfit that she was wearing. I mean, she's beautiful anyway. But it's interesting that Israel have kind of wanted to keep out of the spotlight this year. So maybe we're going to get like a big surprise when it comes to Israel's staging this year.
Yeah, maybe it's a Fureira effect. Like, she came out of nowhere. We were talking about this 2 days ago, or yesterday maybe even.
So ESC, Ku, you're saying, will we have live streams from any channel? So the rules of the press centre have changed this year, so you're not allowed to live stream from the press centre. I think when any of the shows are on. So I believe you might be able to live stream outside of the shows, but you're not allowed to live stream while the shows are on. So we know you guys have got used to live streams from various different channels, including us. So they won't necessarily be happening this year. People are having to come up with some different ideas and be more creative. So yeah, we will see. But yeah, no live streaming from the press centre this year. And obviously the press centre is not given access to first rehearsals, so or second rehearsals even, as we did get in Turin last year. So we'll be checking out the TikTok clips just as you guys will be. The first time that we'll be able to see a full run through will be Monday for the dress rehearsal for the first semi-final. So that's when the press centre officially opens. We've heard about this letter that's been sent to the EBU from various different delegations, including Portugal, who are calling for the press centre to open slightly earlier this year because they think it's unfair on the acts and it's putting real pressure on their schedules because they want to do the press, they want to meet fans, they want to, hopefully meet YouTube channels like us to do interviews, etc. And it's their schedules are particularly packed this year, but we don't think it's going to change anything. So you'll see us in the press centre on Monday, and we will bring you what we can from there, and we'll also bring you what we can from this beautiful city. Like, I went for a walk with Jess earlier. I'm like, I wonder how much it would cost to rent here. I'm like, I could actually move here. Yeah. The welcome has been so nice. We've already heard from a couple of delegations that arrived yesterday and today who have said the welcome, not only from the host but also from the hotel staff, has just been fantastic. So Liverpool, you're doing a great job so far.
Absolutely. And your accent is great. I'm enjoying it so much.
Gingerbread, I am based in London at the moment, yep. Costis wants to know which rehearsal are we looking forward to seeing. Jess, you're going to have to remind me which rehearsals we've got tomorrow, because there's so many.
I have a screenshot.
Well, as I said before, from tomorrow, definitely Ireland, because it's one of my favourite songs, and Israel, because I just know nothing about what their staging is going to be. And also Croatia. I'm excited to see what craziness they're going to bring to the stage.
Croatia?
Yeah.
Craziness?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, if their Dora performance has anything to go by, it's going to be very memorable, to say the least.
Lost matches, actually. You've picked a country, Austria, which is one that I'm very excited to see. Maybe it was a bit of a shock for me, and not in a bad way, not in a disrespectful way, but when you have a song like this, it's got so many elements to it, is a real studio song, not necessarily a stage song. When they first went onto the stage in Madrid at the pre-party, I was a bit like, oh, you know, how are the vocals going to be? Are they going to be good? And they smashed it, and they've smashed every performance that they've done. But we've got no clues as to how Austria is going to be staged. So I think that is one that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Who else have we got? Czechia.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As well. They're not rehearsing tomorrow, are they? No? What list have I got here?
It's just a semi-final.
Okay. So I think Czechia's rehearsing on...
If we think it would
what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is.
Today's Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, so Czechia rehearsing on day
Tuesday.
2. Tuesday? That's day 3. What month is it?
We're great Euro fans, aren't we?
We're
I think
fantastic.
I actually took a screenshot eventually of it.
Do you like Slovenian entry joke? I'm going to go to Jess on this one.
Yes, I love it. It's currently in my 3rd place. I love the whole vibe, this kind of pop rock vibe going on. They're great guys, and like whenever you see videos or interviews of them, they're just so fun and charismatic, and I think they are going to get a very good result for Slovenia.
And I would love to see them have a really good career outside of Slovenia and that region as well, because I think they've got a lot of promise. They're young, they're fresh, they're very, very talented guys. So, you know...
And like thinking about it objectively, there's many markets they will appeal to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're perfect for UK, I think.
Yeah.
If the UK would kind of open up their arms to a band such as Joke It Out, I think they could do really well. Hey, Emma Kiernan in Canada. How you doing? We missed you. I wish you were here in Liverpool. Hey, Mr. Whatever, you're just here to enjoy all the songs. You like 99% of the songs. Yeah, and I'm going to call out some of the comments that I've been seeing on Facebook about people bashing it as usual for, you know, I don't like any of the songs, I'm not going to bother watching it. And that's, it's sad, but Eurovision this year there's a real diversity to it, and it's been getting better year on year. There's something for everyone.
There's actually one song that has like, this is a trend right now, there's songs that have many genres in one. And for example, you have Finland that is like a party metal, but then you also have the rap, hip hop element. Australia goes through like a roller coaster of different pop, rock, and metal genres. So every song is built to entertain. I think it's very. I don't think people have really sat and listened to what Eurovision has to offer this year if they think there's nothing for them there.
I can see a comment from you, Yashi. Have Netherlands revamped their song? So they did. Dion and Mir did a live performance yesterday, I believe. Obviously, I feel really sorry for them because they've had a lot of crap from the media in the Netherlands. And I really wanted them to be able to go out there and prove themselves, and I want them to prove themselves at Eurovision because they've not had an easy time, and I don't believe it's been any fault of their own. But apparently people were quite impressed with the performance. I've only seen a snippet, but I think you guys can check it out on YouTube. The song appears to be in a slightly higher...
higher or lower?
I thought it was higher.
I think higher.
Okay.
I think it's higher slightly. So I don't know whether, because I don't think you can revamp a song this late into going into the contest. So maybe that was just for the live version, or maybe it was meant to be revamped the whole time and we just didn't know. Maybe that's the version that they've given to the organisers. I have to say, Vig's Flash Films, how have you only heard 6 of the songs so far? Have you been asleep?
Unless
Someone me says bava. Have you been asleep? Like Luke Black.
Unless you're trying to like have the whole experience for the first time you see it, which is what some of my friends do, which is also respectable.
But I mean, I just wouldn't have like
The patience,
the willpower,
right?
the patience. I'd be too curious.
Neil Errett is saying last year Spain and UK had a different version for
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
They did, but I think what I'm saying is because you obviously have to submit your songs to the EBU by a certain date. It's normally mid-March. I don't think anyone would be able to revamp their song this late in the day when rehearsals are starting, because all the stand-in rehearsals have been going on as well. So you kind of have to have the final version ready for that time. So
You know, I'm also looking forward, once Eurovision is over, to see all of the stand-in rehearsals, because I find
yeah.
it
I love
so
the stand-in
interesting.
rehearsals,
them.
I know. And you can never forget that girl who stood in for Kate from
Yeah.
Go A
Yes.
in Rotterdam a couple of years ago.
Fun fact, this girl actually studied with in the Netherlands in the same music school with my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Cool.
Laurie Francis, you're saying you're loving the Netherlands. Mia has Joan Jett. I don't know who Joan Jett is.
I love rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She does actually. She does have a little bit of the Runaways. More than John, yet she has the Runaways vibe.
It's, for me, Netherlands has always been a beautiful song, and I would say the song itself is in my, it would probably be in my top 10. It's, you know, maybe the live performance that we saw in Madrid wasn't the best, but you know there may be reasons behind that. But yeah, the song itself for me is really beautiful, and the lyrics especially. And I don't always pick up on lyrics in songs, but it's just, for me it's beautiful, and it's written by Duncan Lawrence anyway,
Yeah.
so he's a talented guy.
I like it. I like the lyrics of the song because I think it's a very good reflection of what today's younger gap of society is going through, like this disenchantment with life, or like if you see Instagram, everything is like super self-deprecating memes or very very uninspired memes, like people feeling really disenchanted with life, and that's really sad. I think something must be done. Welcome to my TED Talk. Thank you.
I saw Gingerbread. Love this question because I know what my answer is going to be already. Which song do we find the most underrated at this point?
Oh, I know my answer.
Okay, go. Please start.
I'm going to say Grease. I just feel like not enough people are talking about the song and about Victor. I mean, for only 16 years old, he's got an incredible voice. And the song is like a solid kind of pop track, in my opinion. I would love to see more hype around the song.
I'd say Croatia because I really enjoy it. I really vibe with it, and I really enjoy it, and I love shouting little psychopath at the walls.
Me.
At him and mostly at my walls. But I really enjoy the song. I find it so that it's grown so much on me. When it first came out, I was really disappointed that that song had won, because of course Sania, who's going to be here soon, was one of the lyricists of Harmonia Dissonantia and Nevera, and I was sold on that performance and on that song, and then it turns out Let's Rewind, and I was like, okay, bye Croatia, super Spanish dramatic, like bye. But then it really grew on me, so that's my song.
So I'm afraid I'm going to give the same answer as Jess here, and I'm actually going to say Greece. And Greece being underrated this year or slept on by the fandom has really surprised me, because for me there is nothing bad about that song. He's got a fantastic voice. I mean, forget the fact that he's only 16, because he seems quite mature for his age. But for me, the song is really current and commercial, and I just don't understand why people have been sleeping on it. It's been really low down in kind of the fan polls, and I just don't understand why. And I really hope that Victor is going to prove the fandom wrong with his song, because maybe it's a fandom issue. Maybe people outside the fandom would pick up on a song in this style. But yeah, the reason for that, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's, you know, we do tend to like or expect a certain type of song from Greece sometimes. And maybe because Victor's song doesn't fit that mould that perhaps the Eurovision fandom have been crying out for. But yeah, it really surprises me. And I can see people disagreeing already, and that's fine, because, you know...
It's obviously not going to be to everyone's taste.
Yeah, because you think it's boring. Okay, fair enough. But God, Gingerbread, what song, I think you asked a question, which song do you think is being most underrated? But also another one that I think might surprise people, Switzerland.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he has an incredible voice. I think the song wins so much when it was performed live in Madrid. I was blown away. Like the lungs, and it's like he has a really deep voice. You see him, he's like a normal, like 16 also year old. He's 16 or?
I think he's older than that.
Okay, so he's in his early 20s, let's put it this way. And he looks like a normal guy. You wouldn't expect someone to have that voice. If we get the opportunity to interview him this Eurovision event, I would be very interested to know when he knew he had this voice. Because imagine having that voice. Like, it's a huge responsibility to have that voice. You want to do something with it, if I was him.
And the song's really beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the piano at the beginning. Tin, tin. I think that arrangement is so nice.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to get quite emotional staging with Switzerland. I think it's going to be nostalgic. I think it's going to tell a little bit of a story. I think it might be kind of one of those tearjerker stagings that you see, because actually if you listen to the lyrics, there's so many ways that they can stage the story of the song with those lyrics. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it, is it going to have like a picture, not a picture like a movie, but I don't know. I just think it's going to be emotional.
I do understand why people might be sleeping on it, because last year Switzerland didn't do as, even though it was more or less like the same formula, a guy with a heartfelt song and a really deep voice, but with a lot of charisma. But I think this time it's going to work sort of different.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. We're not laughing at you. It's something from last year that I think it just popped into mine in Jess's head.
But you know who I'm also thinking we're sleeping on? Germany, Lord of the Lost. Because I like that kind of music. Sorry.
Well, I like that kind of music, and I think the issue for me with Germany is I love them, I love their style, I love how they present themselves. I love their personalities, their charisma. I love everything about them. But it's just the song for me is maybe a little bit more basic.
That is very
And
true.
I think if maybe the song was slightly different, then I would be all over it. But it's just the song itself, the melody of the song, that maybe just doesn't do it so much for me with Germany.
For me, it's the lyrics.
But they're not coming last.
That's the thing.
I think they're definitely going to get Germany out of the bottom 5.
I hope so. They deserve to,
Yeah.
because it's, it's not necessarily something we would expect from Germany. I'm going to have to stop saying this about, we wouldn't expect this from Germany. But yeah, for me, the song lets them down a little bit. But,
I've always said this before, but this song reminds me like Blue Jeans and Bloody Tears. This song written by the artificial intelligence that we got one year after Eurovision, because Blue Jeans and Bloody Tears, Blood and Glitter, Sweet and Bitter, We're So Happy We Could Die. That's the only part that the only takeaway from the song, that maybe they could have worked a little harder on the lyrics in that regard, but I think it's still going to be epic.
Yeah, but it's that part of the song for me with the tune.
Yeah.
It's like duh, 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 duh. There's not enough variety in the melody, I think, of the song. But anyway, love them.
I hope they visually make us forget that part. Like, we're visually so entertained that we don't acknowledge or we don't notice that little variety in the melody.
Peter Hajduk, you want to know if we have some songs that we love, but they are likely to not qualify. So
yeah, let me bring out.
Well, I think
lyrics.
Ireland might fall into that category, because obviously they're in semi-1, which is quite strong, and I'm not sure if they're going to be strong enough to kind of to qualify against some of the big hitters in that semi. But I still love the song
you
anyway.
Want the full list. For me, it would be Latvia. I like Latvia. I think they sound really well. They have a very interesting melody, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And this is the problem with Latvia. They always come. I actually thought Zitizeni last year had somewhat of a chance of qualifying.
Me too.
And because of their charisma, and they were so like awake and hyper. And this year, I think, even if maybe the quality of the song is slightly better, I don't think their stage personas are going to give us that energy or like the voting they need.
Yeah, and you guys are going to drag me for this, but a song that has really, really grown on me, especially throughout the pre-parties, is San Marino.
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
so true.
And I know so many of you aren't going to like the song, but it's probably one of my biggest growers, along with Belgium, I would say, throughout this whole season. But yeah, I think it's unlikely they will qualify. So a song that I love that will not qualify is going to be San Marino.
Are you still mad that Serhat is the biggest success of
Yes,
San Marino?
and I always will be.
Are you happy, my
So
dear?
lucky you have us to remind you of this.
Yeah, this is our favorite activity in every Eurovision. Every time
yes.
we're together, basically, we remind Andy about this tragedy.
But Gingerbread's with me on San Marino,
Yeah.
Gingerbread. They're serving and you like the slightly sexy lyrics as well.
Yeah.
But Neil Erie, you're saying Belgium has a great running order to stand out and go through. I think Belgium's going to go through.
I would love that to happen.
If you had asked me this at the time it won Eurosong, I would have said this is not going to qualify. But after hearing the song more and more and seeing some like pre-party performances, I'm kind of digging this song now, actually.
For me,
You're talking like someone from the 90s as well, Jess.
that's the thing. for me, the melody of the song, the arrangements, the instrumental is unique. And we were yesterday driving in your car because we have Andy's car here and we're cruising around the city. We're being very spoiled. You had some girl play
Jessie Ware.
Jessie Ware, and she has this 90s vibe now, and I was really digging it and getting into it, and it reminded me to Gustav's instrumental, and I thought, okay, I could see people from our generation really rallying behind this.
Yeah, and he's been getting a lot of love and support from the other artists this year. It's almost like he's the daddy of Eurovision this year.
No, Daddy
and
is Martin.
No, but like they're
No.
all supporting him, and he's a really, really lovely guy. And if you watch some of his Insta videos as well, just see how much he's enjoying. There's a really sweet one of when he met Lorraine actually for the first time. So check that out. Peter, you're also saying for you it'd be unfair if Poland qualifies. Lee Fern, you're hoping Malta qualifies. Oh, I would be so upset if Malta don't qualify.
I do think they have a strong chance.
Yes, I think so, and they definitely have the best personality.
Yeah, they're fantastic. And Sean, the sax player, is like the funniest, cheekiest guy you will ever meet. And Ian Williams, Malta is one of your faves as well. You think they've been underrated. Yeah, that is another underrated entry, actually, Malta. I know that it's been more kind of in the spotlight because they've been at all of the pre-parties. We've not seen any live performances of Greece. But yeah, I would say Malta is another underrated entry. I'm going to try and go back to some of the comments before. We're trying to keep up with everyone. Johnny Curran, you're saying you think Israel is going to be a big surprise like Eleni Fureira or Chanel.
I could see that happening. I could actually see that happening. But I cannot make any further comments because I haven't seen that happen yet.
It's interesting because I remember when Israel's song was released this year, I watched and I thought, oh, everyone's gonna love this. And then people didn't seem to love it as much as I was expecting. But now it feels like there is more love for this song. So that's an interesting journey that I wasn't expecting for me.
Personally?
No, just to see that reaction to this song. I thought it would have been kind of what the what the fandom would have loved for Israel, because
I think that too.
Yeah, there was a lot of excitement about having Noah Kirel as the artist for Israel. I'm sure that they've been calling for her for a little while.
She's gonna do great regardless, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because she has the vocals, she has the rap, she probably has the dance moves. Now watch me dance.
Do you want to see me dance?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was asking.
Oh yes, I do want to see you dance, but if you want to fit in the camera, you have to stand behind us.
Hey Twonk, how you doing?
Hi.
Would be so happy if Ireland qualifies, but you just can't see it happening. If only RTE cared about Eurovision at all. We need to get Tommy just to do a live with all you Irish fans, because obviously it's very personal for him being Irish as well.
And this is a call to get Tommy to be the head of delegation of Ireland. Just saying. Manifesting that for the future.
Not that we have any problem with it. Lee Fern, you're going to be in Liverpool from the 7th to the 8th and then 12th to the 14th. Hopefully you'll bump into us. We keep saying we're going to organise a meet-up, and we're always like so disorganised when it comes to this, but we are going to organise some time to hopefully just plonk ourselves somewhere and hope that a few of you might turn up to come and say hello, because we would love to meet you. Also, I have to shout out to Jennifer, who is a Eurovision fan, who runs a shop here in Liverpool on Bold Street, which is such a vibrant street full of restaurants and kind of independent shops. It's like, I don't know if you were to go to like Brighton or any of these, it's kind of like the lanes, so it's like a more independent area. Jennifer, I've totally forgotten the name of your shop. I'm so sorry. If you happen to watch this, please put it in the comments so that people can come and visit you. But she's got like these Eurovision posters up in her window, and she's managed to get some tickets to some of the shows, which is really nice. Sergey, hello to you. You're saying Latvia actually surprised this year?
I guess I've actually heard that there's a lot of support for Latvia. People that like alternative rock, they're really digging the song. They're really behind the song. I just think that maybe alternative rock is a very niche. When it comes to Eurovision, it's a very niche audience. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to perform. Plus, we have all of the great big acts performing on this semi-final. This is like the bloody semi-final. This is going to be so cutthroat.
Is the first semi-final the one with more countries?
Yeah.
It is as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So 6 will be out on next a week on Tuesday. Oh, it's just coming around so fast.
I know.
I'm still not ready.
We're gonna like in that's 2 weeks, isn't it? We're gonna have a winner, or we'll be starting. We'll be halfway through the performances by now in 2 weeks. I saw, I can't remember the comment, someone was asking us about the stage. Do we think the stage is better than Turin?
There's not a broken song.
I find it really hard to compare
Yeah.
stages, because every year you get a different flavour. You've got a completely different flavour with Eurovision in Liverpool, and that's why it's so great that Eurovision is hosted in different cities in different countries.
To be fair, for me the stage doesn't really make a difference, because it's the camera angles that make it or break it.
Yeah, I think it's going to look great on TV. I think it's good. It's from when we saw old
Footage?
Charlie and Camilla turning the lights on. It just looked so vibrant and bright, and it's going to look amazing on TV. But even for those that are going live, actually, I think it's going to be incredible in there. The green room looks fantastic.
Plus, the artists have never stood on other older Eurovision stages before, so for them it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the only thing that I would maybe change about the stage is just when the back screen is completely flat, it looks a funny shape, but obviously each of those screens turns around, so it will add a different dynamic. But when they're flat, it just looks like it's just been kind of cut off at the back. But you know, we don't know how those screens are going to be used in the live shows. But and I've seen comments from people saying, oh, you know, they should have gone with a bigger venue so more people could go. I get that, guys, but it's a TV show. They need to pick the right venue.
Actually, we don't go to the Eurovision finals live, because we understand it's a TV show. And the times we've been there, because I've been there the last time I was with you guys, there's a lot of camera people running on the stage, running in between the artists and the acts, like trying to get the right shots. People forget that it's a television show, and it's not so important to be in the venue.
Yeah.
If you want to see how the producers or how the artists have their own performances in mind, if you want to get in their mind, you have to watch it on the screen, on a television.
But obviously, you know, it's on both sides, isn't it? Because you get an atmosphere in there as well that you wouldn't pick up on in the same way. And I think seeing people that have been sad that they haven't got tickets and kind of complaining that the audience is only a certain size, I think, you know, you will need to get used to that more and more, because they're not going to be picking venues where they have audiences of 30,000 anymore. You know,
it's very hard to televise that.
Yeah, and it's, you know, they will have the right audience size for it to make a good TV
Yeah.
show. That's always what they're what they will be trying to do. And we haven't been to a live Eurovision show since 2018.
Since the semi-final where Mikolas Joseph was performing in.
Yeah, that was the last
Yes.
Eurovision show that I ever went to.
And they won.
Was that the one when
Yes.
Ugan Bush-Pepper
Yes.
Yes.
qualified? Yeah. So that was 5 years ago. It was the last time we ever went. I even forgot to go inside. I think we all forgot to go
Yes.
inside the arena
Every time we
in
get
Tel
the
Aviv.
opportunity, more or less.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
were probably busy doing, interviews or whatever, and we skipped the chance to go inside the actual arena in Tel Aviv.
And in real life, the performances look very aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look as dynamic and exciting as you can see on television. That's the magic of television.
Yeah, but for those of you that are going, really happy for you. I think the atmosphere in there will be electric. Hello to Doris Gretsch. Hello to you.
Hi.
From Malta. Oh, we're hoping Malta was qualified. We've been talking about Malta a bit earlier on. I really, really, really will be upset if Malta don't go through. I think if you deserve it any year, it's this year. The guys are really doing you proud. Twonk wants to know, do we know about what the restrictions are on flag sizes for the arena? I wouldn't like to quote that to you just in case we gave you the wrong information, but kind of going on previous, I don't even know about previous years actually, I'm just trying to think. I know there's certain flags now that you can't take, and I think you're only meant to take flags from the participating
countries.
I don't know if it has to be a participating one, does it?
Country.
But a country, no political flags, etc. But what I would suggest you do, because we would no doubt give you the wrong answer, and I would hate to come back and say I took my flag and they took it away from me because of what you said, is maybe check out in some of the Facebook groups, or there should be information on the Eurovision website.
Okay. While Andy chokes on the side, we can take over. The resale ticket amount is £500. Just
What?
Yes, just for the semis. It's ridiculous. Yes, I've heard about this.
So what? Resale tickets £500 just for the semis? Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So if you don't get a ticket, don't worry. You won't miss. If you want to see a dynamic show, don't worry.
Rye Bailey saying, hope UK has another top 10. Me too. It's been nice. I know people were worried about May's live vocals initially when she first performed in Barcelona, but she was ill there.
Yeah.
And I think the live performances have got progressively better during the pre-party. Sometimes
I
as
really
well,
enjoyed
artists.
Madrid.
Yeah, but sometimes artists hold back in the pre-parties as well. So, it's all down to what happens on the night. She could go out there and smash those 3 minutes.
And some people they grow with the audience. Some people they are very good with pressure, and that really hypes them up, and they do the best performance ever.
Oh, which country would we like to see returning most next year?
Turkey.
Only one? Oh man.
Turkey, because I miss the ethnical flavor performances like Sertab Erener, Hadis, and these really awesome pop bangers that had this ethnic flavor. I miss them so much.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Who's...
Turkey.
That is a good answer. But I'm going to go with Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh, well, then I'm just so we're balanced. I'm going to go with Hungary. I think it's hard to choose. I think one country, but I think we would love those three to come back as a group. And let's also shout out to Andorra as well, because there's some people that are trying really hard to bring Andorra back. And you interviewed Suzanne Georgi.
Yes, it's fascinating, the story she told me. Go check that interview. It's in English. She said that she thought it was a money problem, and then she got the money to get Andorra back, and then it turned out it wasn't a problem. It was a television interest, and now she's getting television interest, and now everything is all of the boxes are starting to slowly tick, and she actually has an academy in Andorra to prepare the next artist, and
Oh,
she has
wow.
a big cantera. How do I say? A big bench of really good singers that she's training that would be ready to represent Andorra. So the money and the interest is starting to be there. They are already branding their t-shirts with Andorra we will be back. So Andorra might be back sooner maybe than we think.
Yeah, and let's not forget as well that Monaco are setting up a new TV station as well. So there's always these rumours about Monaco once they've got their new TV channel set up. Will they be back?
Luxembourg is also.
I was going to say, well, I was going to say, évidemment, if Lazara wins this year, then I think we would see Monaco back next year, which would be great. I mean, I'm down for Coco. We didn't have Coco dance on our playlist coming up here. Why was that?
No.
Oh, I knew there was something we missed, but yeah, Coco Dance Part 2. I'll be down for that. And you were saying about Luxembourg.
Yes.
And Lee Fern is saying Luxembourg
Yes,
rumours
there
as well.
are many rumors that Luxembourg is expressing a lot of interest in returning. So I keep my fingers crossed for Luxembourg.
Yeah, Gingerbread is asking, do we see Australia returning next year? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I think Australia is now a staple of Eurovision, and they do it so well. They have so much interest, and they are really hyping. They give it, you know, like Bon Jovi, you give love a good name, a bad name, but like a good name in this case. Australia gives Eurovision a good name.
Yeah, and I actually think if this was going to be Australia's last participation, then the EBU would be kind of making a big deal about that. And so this is Australia's last participation in the contest, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think we have any worry about Australia returning next year. And they deserve to, frankly, because they fly the furthest. You know, they put so much, there's so much, we love having the Australian fans, especially as part of this community.
Yeah, they're gonna qualify, right?
And you can't open the door for someone for 6 years and then slam it shut in their face. So I have no doubts that Australia will be back.
And I'm sure they're qualifying.
I think so
Because
too.
they're performing in the second semi-final, and I don't think they have such a strong contender to beat.
Yeah, and they're closing the show, so people are going to remember them, I think.
And we love them.
Yeah, and Ian Williams
And Brenda loves them.
Do you know, I even got another message from Brenda today saying, "Oh, I love Australia. They have to win. They have to win." I think they're going to qualify Australia.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
yeah.
they're. I think it's gonna. I think they're going to put on a great show. And Ian Williams as well saying Bulgaria, of course, as well.
Oh, yes.
It kind of, because they've only been gone for like 1 year, it kind of feels like they've not been gone. So, but yeah, of course.
I'm so sorry for Polly Genova, because she was already last year in Turin trying to pitch her third try at Eurovision. And she's been in the pre-parties, also trying to raise some interest and awareness for Bulgaria. So please, Bulgaria, just like come back and send her again.
Gianluca, you want to know our opinions on the big five? Well, let's do the big six. So let's include Ukraine as well. So all of the automatic qualifiers this year. So let's start with Ukraine.
Okay.
They were first to pick their song.
I personally don't think they will make the top 5 for sure. I think they're doing a really great job at representing their country. What I find is that they are talking about the war, the experiences in their interviews. We will not see it very. We will not see literally represented on stage. We will have hints here and there. That you will hear more about it in their interviews rather than represented on stage. And I think they are playing it sort of safe. They're saying they're sending a really good song, but it's not going to be so impactful as Stefania or the songs we've had before, like Go Away and Melovin and so on.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Kind of compared to their more recent entries, this seems like a bit of a step down from that. Not to say it's a bad song, but it's maybe not the strongest song they've sent. And I personally think they're going to struggle to maybe even reach the top 10 with this song, and they could kind of fall cursed to being the host country and not doing like very well, because that seems to be the only times Ukraine doesn't do well is when they're hosting. So I feel they're going to fall into that category again. But it would be nice to see them do better, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to win. It's not going to be, Stefania Part 2. But I actually really like the revamp of the song. For me, it's a little bit too short. Like I think they could have got an extra 20 seconds out of the song. But I think the revamp lends to some exciting staging opportunities. It kind of sounds. I say it sounds like a Halloween song.
Oh,
So
that makes sense, actually.
does that mean like it sounds like something you'd hear like a Halloween
Like a haunting.
song, like the chords
it's kind of
and
haunting. It's a haunting tune. It's a haunting tune.
yeah. So until we have any idea of the staging, I could still see this coming maybe lower down in the top 10 or just outside the top 10.
Same.
I don't see it harming the top 5. I'm just trying to think what their running position is. 19th, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a good draw, I think, for Ukraine. Obviously, it depends who they're sandwiched between. And they're going to get so much love as well here. They're going to get a huge audience reaction when it comes to their performance. So I think this can come across really well on TV and will hopefully pick up lots of votes for them. But yeah, not a winner this year.
Yeah, I think if Ukraine would have sent this song last year, it would not have won.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Even with the events going on, still, it wouldn't have won.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
would've gone,
everyone has
yeah.
their opinions on Ukraine's win last year. For me, even before the war, I had Stefania down as one of my favourite
It was
songs.
my third. I had
And my
it on
mum
third.
loved it. Brenda loved it as well. This was before the war, so
Same.
it had a mass appeal, and I think, you know, if it hadn't have won, it would have come in the top 3
For
potentially
sure, hands
anyway.
down.
So.
Hands down.
Ukraine. Who chose their song next? Was it Spain? Was the next big
Spain
5?
or France?
Yeah.
I think it was Spain.
With in Benidorm Fest, Blanca Paloma. For me personally, as a Spanish person, it's very hard to chart this one. Personally, it's not my favorite song because I think it's really constructed to appeal a European audience. I don't think this is the kind of music we listen in Spain, or at least I don't know any of my Spanish friends and relatives that would listen to this kind of music. I could hear this in the street of Malaga or in the street of Andalusia, like trying to appeal tourists, which is also very respectable. So I don't think I'm the right person to judge because I think I'm very biased when it comes to this. So please go ahead.
Absolutely love it. Love listening to the studio version. Love watching her perform it live. It hypnotizes me. And there's always something slightly different. Her performances. Always the same, but always different. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah. There's always an element of surprise there.
Yeah, and just love it. Can't wait to see how this will do. Because I know people are saying it's potential winner. I think it's one of those songs where you're just going to have to suck it and see what happens on the night. But yeah, really excited about Spain's entry this year.
Me too. I love the song, and I think I prove your point right in that it appeals to non-Spanish people.
Because it's exotic to us. It's it's something different that's been done in a fantastic, really classy way.
And she's an incredible vocalist, and I think that's what draws me into the song, the way she kind of portrays the song with her voice. And then with the staging we saw at Benidorm Fest and the official music video, that draws me in because it's like a work of art that I'm seeing on stage. And, the whole kind of melody of the song is just so, like, for me, enchanting. And I just absolutely love it.
Yeah. France, I think... Have I spoken about Spain?
Yes.
Oh, I have, yeah. France next was France next. I turned into Yoda. France next was performed, song chose.
You love.
Sorry.
Okay,
We don't like
Andy
the song,
is
do we?
lacking because he has so many good opinions on France. Like, we are on the same WhatsApp group, and we get spammed about La Zarra constantly. So I think Andy's just like blanking because there's so much to say he doesn't know where to start.
I mean, at this point, I think you're about 50% Lazara 50% Andy. Yeah.
It's hard to
I've
talk
lost the
about.
word. I don't know why I've
Because
literally
it's
lost
hard.
the words.
It's hard to talk about something you have so much emotion.
I love it so much, guys. And it's not normally the type of song that I would like flock to. I would like it. I would say it's really good. But like, I love it. For me, it's just pure class in like, and there's so many different musical elements. Like I'm getting, you know, classic French chanson, then you've got this disco vibe, and you know she's even in the lyrics when she's, you know, she's kind of she's coming from Quebec, and she's, you know, she's trying to prove herself to France. It's just everything about this, and she just oozes class, this woman, but she's not a diva really.
Yeah.
She's got a sense of humour. She's quick-witted. You know, she's been through maybe a bit of rubbish over the past few weeks, and yeah, just can't wait. And I've seen some comments in the chat as well that this is apparently now third in the odds. So
I could see that happening in the real voting.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
so excited about the staging.
me too. I pretty much agree with everything you've said. I love the song so much. But I think one thing I love about it is how it kind of, you've got this kind of French chanson sound mixed with this disco sound, and you wouldn't necessarily put them together and expect them to work, but they do. And I'm so kind of fascinated by how they make that work. And her vocals are just incredible. And I really want this to win. And I know I said this last year and it backfired massively.
Don't
but
say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm going to say it.
Would it backfire against her?
No.
No, it's not possible.
All right.
I'm going to say...
I don't want to jinx her in any way, Jess. So
Well, if she doesn't win, you can blame me. All I'm going to
Just about to
say...
get choked with a Beatles pillow.
I'm going to predict France as a surprise winner this year.
oh my god, I love you.
But last year I did that. They ended up in the bottom three, so...
But no, but like, to be fair, this is a very different case because
Yeah.
there's absolutely there are elements that are undoubtable in this song. And maybe this is I think it's a great song. It's a fantastic song. It's not a song I personally gravitate to, but I can recognize its class and how well built it is. And I am fascinated by the character of La Zarra because the way she moves on stage and how she just like has this aura. It's just fascinating to watch.
Yeah, this could have been so cheap and tacky,
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
it is the complete opposite, and that's because of her. I think.
But going back to the question we had earlier on, which staging are we most excited for? This is another one because how is it going to be? Is it going to be like the music video? Are they going to have like dancers?
No dancers.
In my
Backing
head,
vocalists?
it's going to be
Zombie,
dark,
zombie.
and
Yeah.
it's going to be gold, and it's going to be glittery, and it's going to be.
Everything we like.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
It's going to be a bit of everything. And just one other thing, but I could talk about this song for hours. We should do a separate live stream on La Zarra. But every time I listen to this song, I hear something that I've not heard before. And I've listened to this song a lot. And like I'm always hearing like a little or a little bit of a string instrument. And yeah, let's move on. Who was next? I have no idea. But let's talk about Germany.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I think their charisma is fantastic. I'm looking forward to meet them in person because I have not met them in person. And I don't know, I just like it so much. I think it's really funny. I think their personas are very funny. I love that they are embracing their band usually embraces glitter and makeup, and they're straight dudes. Like the way they talk to each other and about each other is like super straight.
There's like so much banter, isn't there?
Yeah. They're super straight dudes, but they're so comfortable with who they are that they don't mind adding glitter and makeup. And I think that is fascinating in this day and age.
I like the song, but I don't love the song.
Oh, Simon Cowell.
And you get the X. No. You know, it's a good kind of rock song, but I feel like they've gone with a bit of a safe option for Eurovision. And I would have liked it to be more exciting, less predictable, more like rocky, if that makes sense. Like it's especially the chorus, it's very kind of simple. I would like more from the song. But aside from that, I still think it is a good song, but maybe not a great song. But I think the staging is really going to help this song and to really kind of sell it to the audience.
Yeah, for me, so happy that Germany are sending Lord of the Lost. For me, it's the right band, it's the right style, it's the right everything, but not the right song for me. So I just really don't want them to come near the bottom. I think they deserve to come much higher up the leaderboard. But yeah, I would have preferred a different song for Lord of the Lost. But love them as a band. Love watching them. You can't take your eyes off them when they're performing. So.
And I actually like the vocals of the singer. They're so deep and like growly and like mysterious.
Who was just? I'm sure someone in our group said, "Oh, I'm not sure about the. Would you call it? What do you call the screaming?" And I was just like, "It's just called screaming. It's just screaming."
Growl. It's a growl.
Yeah, you just imagine like literally a box of like lozenges like in the dressing room. You must, and bottles and bottles of honey and lots of lemons.
UK.
Well, let's talk about Italy.
Yes.
Let's talk about Italy because
Marco Mengoni is back.
we've heard kind of the Eurovision version, and I have to be honest, I think I prefer the 3-minute version of the song.
Yeah. I think it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's not like, for example, for me, Occidentalis Karma really lost a lot with this 3-minute version, but I think for Marco Mengoni it actually makes it more
gained.
It
just
gained.
hits different now.
Yeah, because it hits more to the point. Because the longer version, it builds, and then, and it's a very fine progression. But here, it just like builds faster, and we all get to enjoy it faster, and then it's good. I like it.
It's always hard for Italy because, they have these amazing songs at Sanremo in their full version, and you're always a little bit nervous when they have to cut it down. And I know that artists find that really difficult as well, because it's like, they present what is really the final product, and then they're told to get rid of some of it. And every second you've put into that song, you want is the final product for you, and then you have to get rid of some of it. Due Vita, I think, is the best Italian trim that I have known.
Yes. Was City Iboni trimmed, or I don't think City Iboni was trimmed. Moneskin.
I don't think so.
No, surely that wasn't a 3-minute performance at Sanremo.
Maybe it was trimmed by a short amount, but not like massively.
So for me, it would be Moneskin, and then this second for sure the best trim.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna deliver on stage. We saw this performance that I think was it on German TV.
I haven't watched
Dutch
it.
TV.
Or Dutch. There was a recent performance, and we had like these dancers in the back, and I'm not too sure about the dancers whether that's going to be part of the performance. And actually, thinking back to when Italy's had dancers last was Soldi, and for me I didn't like the dancing personally in that performance. It obviously didn't harm his chances. He came second. But yeah, I just don't see how dancers would fit in with his performance. But, I could be proven wrong. Are we looking at another kind of like top 3, top 5 for Italy? Maybe not, but I really want to see this in the top 10.
I would say top 10 is achievable.
I would say top 15.
Yeah, there you go. And May for the UK.
Woo!
So now this is your Blanca Paloma moment.
No, this is your moment now.
I actually I love this song. I love at least the recorded version. It's a bop. I love partying to it. I love listening to it whenever it comes to my playlist and I'm doing my errands. I think it has, and I've listened to it live twice in Barcelona and Madrid. To be fair, I've always been partying in that moment, and I just I remember enjoying it. Like it's never been a song that I had to pay like super attention about the quality and so on. It's just like a feel-good song that I just like enjoy dancing and jumping around. So that is where the magnetism is for me. And the storytelling is hilarious. I am big in storytelling in the lyrics, so it does it for me. It does it for me.
Okay, that's good. It's Clara likes it, Europe's gonna like it.
Yeah, so if you like Blanca Paloma, Europe is gonna like it.
Yeah. We got a bop, right?
Yeah.
Like for the first time in
Where was this 10 years ago?
Exactly. This would have been my winner 10 years ago, for sure.
I mean, you know, I'm just happy that we have something kind of modern, radio friendly, very fresh. You know, May's kind of a young and up and coming singer. She's a great performer from what I've seen of her. And, you know, we've got, you know, a great song to match, just like we had last year with Spaceman. And I think if she nails the live performance with the vocals, and if we have a good staging, I could see this top 10. Maybe kind of lower top 10, but, you know, top 10 is great.
The renaissance of the UK.
Yeah, it would be. It's weird being someone from the UK this year because, you know, every year you want your country to do well. And of course, I would love the UK to do well. But if they didn't, I wouldn't be too disappointed because, you know, we've been able to host what
We've been able to host. They've been able to given this opportunity, and we're having the most of it. The experience is fantastic.
Yeah, and but the song deserves to do well, and I think they're going to go all out with the staging. I'm hoping that they're going to get the staging bang on again this year. She's performing last on the night as well, so yeah, really excited. But no matter what, she's embraced the event. She's just as Sam Ryder did last year. I have to add, she's embraced the whole experience. And yeah, I'm excited about everything about this. Like what's going to be on stage, you know, what's she going to be wearing, what's the choreography going to be, and yeah.
Yeah, because you are dancing with her on stage, so you should learn.
Oh, well, you know, am I? I did see someone say that I'm meant to be the 6th artist in a performance in rehearsal tomorrow. Is that with who's that with?
The busker. I don't know.
Busker?
You've appealed to many.
Yes, I mean I've been trying it with a few acts this year, but I didn't get a call for rehearsal tomorrow. So I think my dream of being on the Eurovision stage this year
you can become part of
maybe over.
Fabulous 4 and be a Fabulous 5.
Well, I'm part of the Fabulous 3. Look, hey. But yeah, there we go. There's the Big Six. That was something. That was a nice in detail review of the Big Six this year.
The Voyager.
Twonk, no, Clara did not paint the background.
I wish. I mean, actually, no, I can do a better job.
Gingerbread, I would love to have joined the Voyager, but my mum beat me to it. So their keytar is called Brenda, which is my mum, and they named it after her, and she's going to be on stage, not her son who's put in many years dedicating his life to Eurovision.
Isn't it always like this?
Yeah, but yeah, my mum who just watches it casually every year is now going to be on the Eurovision stage with the Voyager. Love you, Brenda.
We had a call with Brenda this morning.
We did have a call with Brenda this morning. The mother, not the keytar. Laurie is saying that the UK will be on the left side of the leaderboard. Seeing young May in Mika's Grace Kelly video is wild. I love it when it's like a small world like that. Let's have a look. What are we going to do this week, considering you can't go to the press centre? Lost matches. We're still going to be busy, so you just have to stay tuned to see what we'll be doing this week. One of the most important things for us is for those of you that aren't able to travel. Well, for those of you that aren't able to travel to Liverpool, is that we want to try and involve you. We want you to feel like you're here with us as much as you can, because we know how privileged we are to be able to do this. And we know that for many reasons, a lot of you aren't able to. So we just want to try and involve you guys in it as much as we possibly can. Carell, okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to answer this. How did we choose the Eurovox name for the channel? I'm going to be completely honest. When I started the channel, it's just a name that just... Oh, shut up. No, oh God, no. It won't be later on now. It was just a name that popped into my head, and I wasn't expecting it to become what it has become. I literally thought it was just, just me posting a silly video on YouTube. So yeah, that's how the name came about, and it stuck. Yeah, we wouldn't have any other name now.
Yeah.
We're the Vox Squad, and we love being the
Yeah.
Vox Squad, and you know, people know us as being
He
the
said
Vox
something
Squad.
about the Vox Squad this day, and I was like, the Fox? What? Fox?
Oh, the Foxes! Kiss
Yeah.
kiss the other Foxes,
Yeah.
the other Voxers for me.
Yeah.
So there you go. Hey Riyadh, Ry Bailey, you wish you could join the Eurovox team. Well, are we going to meet you up here in
Yes.
Liverpool?
No,
Ry?
sadly not.
Oh, you're not coming?
He's not able to come.
Ry!
So we'll have to wait another year.
Joanne
But what's
Johnson, you're
another
not
year?
coming either.
What's another year?
Oh, Joanne Johnson, we would love to meet you so much, Joanne. I'm sure you're in London.
Is she in
It
Australia?
must be so. Oh, you're in Australia? No, I don't think so.
Okay, sorry.
Joanne, I think you're in London, aren't you? Zielko wants to know, do we think Serbia could win this year or end up in the top 5 like last year? So I'm going to say I don't think Serbia will win this year.
No.
But maybe top 5 is still a possibility.
Yeah, it's a difficult year this year. So when we're saying I don't think Serbia will win, it's just because there's like really strong competition. Top 5, yeah, I would love to see this. And then I think it would encourage Serbia to send something so off the wall as Constructor and Luke year
Yeah.
upon year upon year, and we would freaking love that.
Yep. I think I could see Serbia in the top 10, like the lower half of the top 10, but I don't think it's enough to win or to be right at the top.
For me, the thing is, every video that has Luke Black on it is massive and has a lot of views. So it's going to depend on the fans.
Yeah, a lot of who are in Serbia, unfortunately, won't be able to
yeah.
vote for him. So, but yeah, love him as an artist as well. And he's just got like this. How would you just explain him? He's just
Aloof.
himself, and it's not even aloof. He's just himself,
Yeah.
and he's like unapologetically being himself. And he's a really, really
He's
sweet,
so
genuine.
artistic.
Yeah, but he's a really loving, kind guy as well. You watch a performance like his performance, and you would maybe see an artist like him and think, oh, you know, you're not going to be able to talk to them, or you know, they're going to be really standoffish. He's the complete opposite. He's a really lovely, genuine, kind guy. You know, he'll see you, he will wave to you. He's really excited to see you. I really want him to do well.
Yeah. In life, not only in this competition, but in life. He has this character where he's just so lovable.
Gianluca, Stuart is arriving next week sometime, so he will be in Liverpool. Joanne Johnson, you are in London.
Oh.
Clara put you over the other side of the world. Gingerbread, you still don't know our winner. So is this the song that we would want to win, or the song that you think, that we think will win?
For me, both Finland.
Yeah, people have been so dead set on Loreen winning this, and I'm not 100% sure. It's not a foregone conclusion for me. I think if anyone is, yes, it's likely that Sweden will win. But if anyone's going to steal that crown away from her, it's going to be Kardia, and from Finland. And I'd love to see him win.
I mean, I would maybe say Finland too, but I don't know how well the juries are going to like that one. I could see televoters loving it, but maybe not so much juries, which I think would drag it down. I'm going to just go completely left field and say that Spain is going to win.
But Gingerbread wants to know what song we want to win. So I'm going to say France.
I'm going to say France too.
Finland.
There you go.
I just love Finland so much.
Milan, who are the dark horses this year? Well, I think anyone that is not Sweden is a dark horse this year, because the odds, the polls, everything is all about Sweden winning this show. But yeah, you know, if we're talking about a dark horse, maybe a country that we think will do well, I'm gonna say Greece. as a dark horse this year.
Okay.
Not a dark horse for the win, but an underrated song that will do well. But if we're talking about dark horse for the win, I think I might need to think about that one.
I
What have you
would
girls
probably
answer?
say France and Spain in that case
I want to say Croatia.
to win.
Yeah, because
Oh.
everyone loves shouting "little psychopath."
We almost had to repeat it. We almost had the restaurant incident again from yesterday. I wish
Jess
you guys
has-
could like
yeah.
see us 24/7 and see some of the
Yeah.
some of the things that we get up to.
This is still not a reality show, but we
It
might
could be.
eventually put some like phones and record.
Yeah, we went. We had a lovely dinner last night, but we saw another side of Jess. So dark horse.
Jess almost flipped up a table, flipped out.
No, she didn't, bless her. So I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for Spain as well as a dark horse. A white dove as a dark horse. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, white dove as a dark horse.
I
There you
hope
go.
that doesn't happen. I'm not ready for that.
What did we drink at dinner? I had a pint of Coke.
We had
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
I had lemonade.
There you go.
You know,
it's rock and roll.
I didn't tell
with
you,
the
but
Vox
you
Squad.
guys, because the waiter had such a thick accent, and I'm good with English, but I'm not used to this accent. And when you ordered a pint, I understood, oh, a pint of beer. And I said, okay, I want beer too. I said, I want another pint. And then they brought me Coca-Cola.
Oh, is that why you had a? Oh, okay. You
And
thought I'd
was-
ordered a pint of
yeah,
beer.
and
Okay.
I was so sad.
Oh no.
Oh, you wanted beer.
I want beer.
Oh.
I wanted to get drunk to stand your company.
Beckett Fitz, you're saying Lithuania as a dark horse, not for a win though.
Yeah, that's actually, I think maybe the surprising part would be that Lithuania ends up higher than we expect.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
I'm actually really excited about seeing it because I think it's going to be a moment when she's there with her girls singing that song. So yeah, I think Lithuania could be a bit of a surprise, a nice surprise for some people this year. And she's got one of the best vocals.
Even the artists themselves have said that. When we've interviewed them, they've always mentioned how surprising Lithuania is on stage.
Gingerbread say Norway's a dark horse, but for you it's like 30th
yeah,
place. I
Norway.
forgot about Norway actually.
I think it's not a winner song, but for me, it could easily come third.
Hey, Super Free English. You're saying Serbia, Luke Black is simply world class. I agree, absolutely love him. And I hope him and May are going to do something either during the Eurovision fortnight or afterwards. Riaz, you've got Ukraine as a dark horse. You love their soul hip hop song. It's a little underrated. I agree. When my mum heard it, she loved it actually when I was playing her the songs.
If Brenda love it, Brenda knows.
Yeah, Brenda.
Brenda liked Sergei Lazarev both times.
She did actually. I've forgotten what the songs. You Are the Only One,
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, and Scream.
Yeah, she has taste in rap or in song.
But anyway, how long have we been talking for, guys?
Like 77 minutes, so that's like an hour,
Over an hour.
And 10 minutes. 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Guys, let us know. Are you bored with us? Yeah, because if you are, then we can go.
Oh, Andy, who's your nephew's favourite? Who's Henry's favourite?
So, well, he hasn't heard all the songs. He only watched the ones that he did a reaction to. But from what I could gather, he liked Finland the most out of the ones that he watched.
Good taste.
He also, I think he liked Portugal. He liked the UK, but I think that's just because it was the UK. And what was the other one that he watched?
Austria.
Yeah.
Oh, Austria as well. Yeah, but I think Finland was his
yeah.
favourite. From
I
what
think he
could
was very confused with Austria. Because
He was a bit confused,
Yeah,
yeah, I
for
think. Hey, Alexandros, how you doing?
Hi.
Joan Johnson's got Portugal as a dark horse as well. Portugal's going to be a standout song, and she's got a fantastic vocal as well.
I think I could see Portugal on the left side.
Yeah, Carell also saying Portugal is going to be a dark horse. Pernilla, go on.
Oh,
You want us to carry on? Sorry, I thought you wanted us to go for a second. Pernilla. Rye Bailey, Austria as a dark horse. I feel like we haven't spoken about Austria that much. But Austria is another. Well, yeah, Austria could be a dark horse this year as well. And I would be quite happy to see Austria win the contest this year as well.
I think I could see them winning the televote. I think it would, if they have the right staging and don't make it kind of too cheesy, then I think televoters will love it. But I don't know how the juries would find this style of song.
But the thing is, they harmonize really well, and harmonizing through the entire song and matching their vocals in the way they do is really hard to do. So I think they could have a choice at doing very well with the juries.
Yeah, it's not an easy song to sing well, and they sing it well. Clara, have you heard Chanel's new song?
With Abraham Mateo, I've heard about Clavadito, but I haven't gotten around to watch it, but I can do that after we get out of this live.
Gingerbread, you know we'll never answer this, but who is our 37th?
Oh, Romania.
Croatia.
And it's a shame because I love Dola mi bebebe. I just think this is so sad.
I'm going to have to say that I've not connected with Romania as yet, but I've not seen any of the live performances. So Romania is a song that I think he can change everything with the staging and the performance. And I think that the performance that we saw at Selecția Națională didn't do the song justice for me. So I'm hoping to have my mind changed. But yeah, currently I would say Romania is probably the one that I've listened to least. So if I ranked songs, and I never rank them, but yeah, that would probably be down in my bottom.
The thing is, I've listened to it a lot because for some reason
I was about to say something really awful. I was going to say it's not always a bad thing being down.
It's becoming that time of the night where our thoughts are going in different places. So let's see. I think that Romania had such an amazing... Romania was my favorite last year. Let's not sugarcoat this while Andy is still laughing about... there's tears in his eyes. So yeah, I loved Romania last year. It was my favorite. It's still my favorite Romanian entry of all time. So for me, it was a little let down when this new Theodor Andrei, won with DDD. And it comes a lot in my playlist, and I've listened to it for months now, and I still cannot connect to it.
Tank the Play. If we were to make our first top 10 predictions, what would it be? This would
long.
all completely change when we start to see the full performances. But I'm going to say, obviously we've got Sweden and Finland in the top 10. I'm going to say Austria we've got in the top 10. I'm going to say France we will have in the top 10. And I'm going to say Serbia. Who else? Oh, I'd love to see Portugal in the top 10. Actually, I think Portugal's going to surprise. Who else have we got?
Maybe UK.
Did I say Spain?
No, you did not.
Spain.
Finland, for me, we like Finland, Norway, Croatia, Australia, Germany.
You see, UK not a dead cert for me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's really hard to make it on the spot, especially because I
Yeah.
think everyone will have a very different answer to it.
Brunette. Izzy Maga's asking about Brunette. That's someone that we've not spoken about. Can I just say that she's probably got one of my favourite voices in this contest. She's got a really beautiful... God, I'm losing it tonight, guys. She's got a really beautiful voice. And I think she's a very young singer. I think she's, probably a bit overwhelmed with kind of what's coming up. But yeah, she's got a real talent. And that's another song that's been growing on me a lot. So thank you for bringing that up, Izzy Manga. Did we finish the top 10 discussion?
I don't think it's possible.
Oh, no, okay. Gingerbread not connecting with Armenia's lyrics. Yeah, they're a little bit off-putting, the lyrics. In both, actually, Armenia and Georgia's song, more so Georgia's song, I think. Riyad, do you think France is going to be in the bottom? Karel, you're saying Yamame is your favourite Romanian entry after playing with fire. The cost for each televote from the Western world is 99 euros? No, sorry, 0.99 euros. Really?
Well,
So an artist on Spotify who makes 0.03 would need a lot of streams to be able to vote in Eurovision. Sad times.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I can't do the math, but it's going to be a lot, probably.
We can't do the math. That's how you just described
Yeah.
your box perfectly. We can't do the math. We can't do math.
Which entry do we expect to elevate most on stage? Gingerbread, I would say you've got some great questions tonight.
Gingerbread, join
Which
us.
entry do you expect to elevate most on stage?
I would say countries like Australia and Germany, just because they're
Germany
going
for
to be
me.
bringing
Germany for me.
something epic for sure.
Especially
And big.
because Germany has said it will be like very similar costumes but showing more skin.
Oh.
Sounds blood and glitter, more skinny. Yep.
Yeah, Australia's a good call actually. I'm gonna, although it's not like an underrated song, I'm gonna say Spain as well. I think is really,
yes.
really elevated
I might
by
even
the
like it.
performance on stage. Chris Wharton, you're saying Italy is a certain top 10 for you as well. Gingerbread, you're saying Georgia is mysterious. Riyadh wants to know what we think about Terrell and Tehran. That's another song that's been growing on me actually. And if you go to our TikTok, you can actually see Sarah from the Vox Squad doing a little duet. And actually, I think it's the three of them sound beautiful together. But it's really, I really like it.
I think Liverpool is actually the best stage they could have because
yeah.
100%.
they sound like Beatlesque even in their song. I like it. I personally like it.
Yeah, and I like it that we've not got something that we've bought off a Swedish shelf this year. A Swedish shelf, I just say, not a Swedish elf. A Swedish shelf in a Swedish shop. I'm glad that we've got something, that is through and through, apart from obviously it's in English, but it's through and through an Azerbaijani entry. So
I just find it very kind of like melodic and like laid back, and it's not too in your face. It's very kind of pleasant listening.
how many of you are now wondering what a Swedish elf would look like? Because yeah, me too. It's that whole beach and beach thing. Beach and beach. Yeah.
Yes. I had to learn English and find the difference.
ESCYB, where is Sam? Who's Sam?
Sam Ryder?
Sam Ryder.
Not here. We wish you.
Sam Ryder's not here yet, but he's going to be performing in the grand final
yes.
show. Gingerbread, you're saying Azerbaijan, you think next year should send something with Azerbaijani lyrics. Beckett Fitz, you don't think it sounds very Azerbaijani. Yeah, no, I don't agree. It doesn't sound like if what would sound Azerbaijani? Something like really ethnic, maybe.
But that's at the same point as I'm trying to make with the Spanish song. It might sound Spanish, but we don't listen to this kind of music in the radio, or my friends and my relatives from Spain, we don't listen to these kind of things. Probably what Azerbaijan is bringing is more of a clear representation on what's going on their current radio stations.
Guys, do you still want us to keep going? I'm literally just going to ask to go, because we had tonight planned we were going to chill out and watch a movie. But I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun talking to you guys. So if you can put up with us maybe getting up and grabbing ourselves a drink each, because we're my throat especially is very dry. I think I need what do I need, Jess?
A nice cup of tea.
A nice cup of tea. We can keep going. Girls, you all right to keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Does someone want to go and make themselves a drink first?
Yes, I will go first because this is faster.
Gingerbread. All right, I can see what you wrote, Gingerbread.
What does he want?
Jess, can I tell them about your weird drink habit?
Of course.
Jess doesn't drink hot drinks.
Oh,
Jess doesn't drink tea or coffee.
Yeah, I don't like tea or coffee. The only hot drink I like is a hot chocolate.
Oh, so you will drink a hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, girls, keep it going. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
Right.
Swish.
Okay.
So,
But I do think you like tea and coffee, right?
I like tea and coffee.
Yeah.
I have no problem with heat. The heat is getting higher. Yeah, and I like my wines. I'm Spanish. I'm raised that way. Cheers.
I like white wine, but not red wine.
I'm veering more into white wine as the older I get.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we are the same age.
We are.
And we will be soon joined in the apartment by Sanya, and she's also the same age as us. So,
Woo.
yeah, that is a little trivia for you. Cheers! Cheers, gingerbread!
Cheers. I
Gingerbread.
don't drink to cheers.
Where do you get... I like how you think. I'm very curious. I would be very curious to meet you in person because your way of thinking is very interesting for us, I think.
Yeah.
You may be a very good natural interviewer, so consider joining the Vox Squad. Okay. Are you excited for Hungary's rehearsal? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Joan Johnson is making herself a cup of tea. Guys, maybe you can all get yourself a drink because it's Saturday night.
Yep. Saturday night.
I feel the air is getting high. That's not Eurovision. We had a really nice evening yesterday.
We did, yeah.
So
We went out and sampled some of the nightlife
yeah,
in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Met some nice people.
A lot of Eurovision songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great night.
What do Spanish think? People think about the Spanish entry. We are like, I think the whole Spain song, the whole pre-selection, the whole Benidorm selection, and I do agree that it's the best song out of all of the chosen songs. But it's still a song that we don't. It's not a full representation of what Spanish people listen to. That is, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the demoscopic jury. So the demoscopic jury is made for this reason. Like the people that vote in Benidorm Fest are not necessarily. It's not a huge representation of the Spanish society. So they have created this fake jury based on how many men are in Spain and what these people listen to, how many women are there in Spain, different age segments, and what do these age segments realistically listen to. And Blanca Paloma did not win the demoscopic voting because Spanish people don't really listen to this kind of music. But it's really nice. I didn't catch your name, Spanish lady. Hi, I'm Clara. Nice to meet you. And this is Jessica.
Hello.
And what are your thoughts about the change regarding the press? Kisses from Portugal. Well, if we like it or don't like it, we just have to obey the rules.
Yeah.
And we have to play by the rules. We understand Eurovision is trying to protect the brand and giving the artists the space to create and put their vision on stage. And I guess they do need like silence around them to not get in their head so much about what videos say and press say.
Yeah.
It is understandable, but at the same time,
it's quite sad for us.
For us, yes.
You know, because obviously, like in 2018 and 2019, we were both in Lisbon and Tel Aviv, watching all of the rehearsals in the press center, you know, getting so much content. And obviously now it's a bit strange to have that kind of taken away. But obviously, as you saw in Turin last year, we still managed to do, I think, a great job. You know, we got a lot of content out on YouTube, on our website, and, you know, we're making the best of the situation.
Yeah. Do you think 10 countries complaining about the press situation will put pressure on the EBU? Well, to be fair, we have noticed a change in the press situation from last year to this year who gets access to the press center. So press access and press accreditation and what access comes with the press accreditation changes year by year. So they have probably listened from last year, so now more people have press accreditation, so maybe it is a possibility that next year something is done about it.
I agree.
Sorry, Karel, you have a great Spanish, I didn't understand, but it's too long to translate. Let's see. Wild Youth, J.K. Rowling controversy this week has been crazy. Wishing Wild Youth all the best. In case people don't know what this comment was about, Wild Youth stage director has been fired over transphobic tweets. And now J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter is getting an Amazon, I think it's an Amazon TV series. Well, it's been getting a TV series and they want to remove J.K. Rowling from the whole procedure because of her also transphobic comments. So I think it's all very unfortunate.
Yeah, but we also wish the best
Yeah.
to Wild Youth as well.
Yeah, I think Wild Youth will be able to create a really good
Oh yeah,
performance.
for sure. Because I think, you know, from what I've heard from Tommy at least, they're very experienced performers and they've had quite a long career and they're very used to the stage.
Yeah.
So I think that should work in their advantage.
Actually, I will say, having watched them in Barcelona, which is the performance I remember, because I think I also saw them in Madrid, it really, the song like took a new life when it was performed live. This is a live band. Like you can really tell that they thrive performing in front of an audience.
Oh, yeah,
so that's
for sure.
really cool. Loving the wall behind you. Yay! You can go to our Instagram and see like the full mural and the full apartment because it's really, really cool. Jasper, and the winner 2023 is Austria.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of getting on this bandwagon that they could be like a surprise winner.
Yeah.
Just because of how great the song is and how great their vocals are.
You get on that bandwagon, I get on the tractor. Girls, Beatles or Queen? Ooh, Gingerbread, you're winning the night.
Queen.
Andy just said Queen.
I personally prefer Queen's music. Sorry,
I'm
Dad,
Talk
if you're
about that, 'cause I heard
watching
someone
this.
talk about Queen.
If you're watching this, Dad, I said the Beatles.
I'm gonna go the Rolling
I'm a huge
Stones.
Queen fan.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Surprised on how big of a Queen fan you are. I didn't know that. The other day I was in his apartment in London and you were playing.
Was I?
Yeah.
I remember.
While we were packing, you were playing. There was a lot of songs from Queen, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this about you."
I love Queen, and actually, what's interesting is so many, not only Eurovision artists, but so many artists have Queen as kind of a musical influence. And Turan and Tural from Azerbaijan are Queen fans as well. It just shows the kind of the impact that Queen's music had on many young artists as well who didn't necessarily grow up with Queen weren't around when they were growing up. So I'm just going to go back to a comment that I saw because I saw a comment about Riley a little while ago, and we haven't spoken about Denmark tonight. For me, Riley is a definite qualifier. I think it's a great semi-final opener. I think he's going to have a lot of support from younger fans. I think Denmark can do really well this year, actually. It's a really catchy song, and I remember thinking that when I first saw it. When I saw it for the first time after it won Danske Melodi Grand Prix.
I like it. I think it's very catchy and it has all of the TikTok support, and I think that's gonna maybe do. It definitely will appeal to the younger generations. I can picture all of my younger cousins. You know, I'm from a Spanish family. We have like 15 cousins at the very least. I can see all of them like really jumping in the bandwagon.
Yes.
And then we will have to learn a TikTok dance about it. Probably it's out there.
Here's another question from Ginger. I'm Stevan. You're saying Riley is borderline for you. Do we sometimes want to ask a contestant a question and we don't dare?
Yes.
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 Do we have an example?
I personally can't think of any examples.
I can't think of an example of a question I've wanted to ask, but yes, you know, when you interview...
Yes, I can think about one about Bilal from France. You wanted to ask him about his mother, but he did a gesture that you decided it wasn't maybe the right approach. That's the only one I can think.
I'm just because you pick up a vibe from the
Yes,
artist when you're
yes.
talking to them. Sometimes they're going to be really open. Sometimes they're quite rehearsed. Sometimes they're quite closed. So it's all about kind of the vibe and the rapport that you have with an artist. I was trying to think with the Bilal one. I thought we spoke about his mum.
Yes, but I think you wanted to ask further, but he
Ah,
crossed
okay,
his
okay.
arms like in a we were discussing about, because we also like exchange notes about the interviews with each other, and we analyze like the body language and like the personality. So it's always like, do you think I did good with like the asking this or not asking this? And I remember this very vividly because yeah, it was.
It's weird when you do an interview, you can't actually remember how it went.
Yes.
And I never watch interviews back. I never, lots of people that are on TV always say they don't watch themselves back in a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't like to watch interviews back. It's really cringe for me to see myself on camera. So yeah, what Clara's saying is we often ask each other like, oh, how did that go? Because it's, we still get nervous before doing an interview. Sometimes, depending on like who the artist is,
And also, maybe, I'm not sure if you know, but when some of us any of us is interviewing, it's any of us filming the interview. So we're there during the whole process. Even if you may not see Andy on my interviews, he's the one filming, and same goes vice versa.
And we all have like different ways that we film as well.
Yes.
Like I'm normally dancing. Do you ever see this?
Yeah.
When like I'm always going like this, and like when someone answers, I'm like, woo.
You're quite animated.
Which
is great.
I feel like I'm going to sneeze as well.
Go ahead.
Sorry if I do. Evie, I'm going to sneeze. Evie Star wants to know if Israel are going to.
Is going
If
to.
Israel are gonna what? Sorry.
It's gonna get in the top 5. I think there is a possibility. The thing is, they're keeping their performance so secretive. We can't really give you like a concrete answer, but maybe based on the studio version, yeah, I would say it's a possibility.
I don't think Israel will be top 5,
Me neither.
but I think there's a chance of a top 10 because I think they're going to be putting all into their performance this year. I think there's going to be a lot of money behind Noah. Has an artist ever made us feel uncomfortable? Not
me, no.
not like they've said something to make us feel uncomfortable, but sometimes. Are you going to sneeze as well?
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, I thought you.
No, I'm thinking about the most uncomfortable interview for me.
I'm like there's where I felt uncomfortable is where an artist is really closed, and you haven't built up a rapport. But I can't think of anything that an artist has ever said to me that's made me feel uncomfortable.
I do remember one of my interviews that was never published, but that was also my fault. It was the red carpet in Lisbon with AWS, because I was extremely hungover. So I choked through all of my interviews. My questions. It was so weird. The good thing is I knew the guys. I had already built a report, so we were quite friendly off camera, and they just laughed, and we just laughed about it, and then we never uploaded that interview because it was terrible, like terrible.
Hey Vladimir, how you doing? Twonk, I'm not sick. I'm not sick, honestly.
No.
I've just sneezed. That's all. I'm not sick. Clara, if you finish that wine, you might be hungover tomorrow as well. She won't be. She's only had a glass tonight, and they're not even full glasses.
Yeah.
Literally a dribble of wine. But I'm Bahek. I can confirm that I'm on a cup of tea.
Steady cup of tea.
I am boring on this smart water. That does not make you smart, by the way.
We already had this conversation. Yeah, like how you see us on camera, it's more or less how we are in real life.
Sandy6 wants to know, how was Kari in real life? He is literally the cutest.
Yes.
He's infectious. I think that's how I would describe him. And you just want to, you just want to like be in his presence because he's just like
a puppy. That's what I've heard it being described, like a puppy, and I think that's a very accurate description.
Or like a little boy, kind of, in a not in a condescending way, but he's just lovely.
He's younger than us, just so you know.
Let's have a Mark Boogard, you're saying the host for the semi-shows will do amazing. Well, I don't actually feel like we've had time to talk about the hosts. So let's talk about them. So
I think the BBC did a really good job at mixing both Ukrainian and English or presented from the UK, and the mix is really good. We have Julia Sanina from the Hard Kiss that will be on stage with Graham Norton, Rebecca Ferguson.
No.
She's not.
Alicia Dixon.
Alicia Dixon. Sorry. And
Hannah Waddingham.
And Hannah Waddingham. Yeah.
So Hannah Waddingham is someone that I had no idea who she was
Yeah.
until maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. So this is before she got announced as a host, and I'd started watching some interviews with her on YouTube. You know, like how sometimes random videos just come up on
Yeah.
YouTube, or you fall down a rabbit hole. So I started watching these interviews with her, and was like, oh, who is this? And she'd been in, I think, like some American TV
Lasso.
shows.
Someone said.
Ted Lasso, that's it. And I think she'd been in musicals as well. I think she can sing. I think she's actually released a song or an album or something
that's
before
so
as well.
cool.
And really liked her vibe in those interviews. Alicia Dixon, I was a huge Mystique fan back in the day. I've met Alicia, you know, a number of times before. Really talented, really genuine, absolutely stunningly beautiful. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. And I think they've got the lineup bang on this year, and it's we got to see a little sense of how they're going to be together in a little clip that was released a couple of maybe like a week ago
On Instagram, right?
on
When they were
Instagram.
laughing.
And yeah, I'm just really excited to see. I think I don't think the hosts are going to disappoint. I think we're going to get a different style of hosting to maybe what we've had over previous years. I'm interested to see where the humour's going to come from, because you can't have Eurovision hosts now without the humorous side.
And it's so fascinating to see the humor of each country in every edition. And for example, the humor from Sweden is so fascinating.
Especially when it's Petra.
Exactly. And then we get things like love, love, peace, peace.
And Linda Woodruff
Yes.
as well.
And then in the Netherlands, their humor is so dry, but it's fun still. It's just, I love this. This is why we love Eurovision, because it's an insight, it's a window to every different nuance that you might not get on an everyday basis.
Yeah, and you know, Graham Norton, I remember saying in Birmingham in '98, and I didn't think that necessarily worked well for me, either the commentator or you're the host. But I've kind of changed my mind on that. I think, you know, he's synonymous with Eurovision.
Yeah, he deserves
in the UK. He did a great job hosting the was it the 60th celebration show with Petra. 60th or 50th? 60th it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, he will. But I don't think. I think it's going to be more that they're the host and he's going to be there for some of it. I don't think that Graham is going to overshadow the other host, or that they want Graham to overshadow the other host. So yeah, I'm excited to see this lineup. And yeah, to see what kind of vibe UK hosting is going to have this year.
Do you think we're going to see a video of Zelensky?
Oh, yes.
I think
Now
so.
you've said that, yeah, I hadn't even thought about that, but yes. I think without a doubt.
We
Without
will
a
see
doubt.
a video of Zelensky.
Might even be live. It could even be a live link up.
That would be cool.
It probably would be a live link
Yeah.
up, I reckon, actually. And I wonder if there's, I was going to say if there's going to be like some live link ups to like different parts of Ukraine.
It will depend on the situation.
Yeah.
I assume, because Ukraine was bombed today, so it will definitely depend on the situation.
Gingerbread, as long as the female hosts don't change their dresses every 30 minutes. It's Eurovision, Gingerbread.
Yeah.
Come on.
We won't change. Okay, I won't. I'm not sure about you.
I don't plan on changing.
Caro was saying 2026 is going to be the 70th anniversary of Eurovision. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
That's older than us. It's bigger than us.
Lee Fern, you'd never heard of Hannah Waddingham before. Find some of these interviews with her on YouTube, because she's actually a really she's I think she'll be a lot of fun. You wonder as well which, because like normally each of the hosts takes on a particular role, don't they? Like you have the silly one, you have the I can't think.
Like us.
I don't think there's going to be like a silly one this year.
I kind of feel like they're all maybe on the same page in that respect.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be about sisterhood and being
yeah.
united
Yeah.
By
by
music.
music and by Eurovision. Let's have a look.
Oh, do you think Paul McCartney will appear? I hope. I would love that.
Someone mentioned this to me the other day. It was someone that I work with. They said, "Oh, but Paul, so are they going to have Paul McCartney?" And I was like, "How did I not think about them having Paul McCartney in the, as like an interval act in the final?" And that would be the most obvious person to have. And I would be surprised. Because we still got a name to be announced, haven't we?
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it's not Paul. I know a lot of you are hoping for Dua Lipa, but
I think Paul McCartney will
have a
make
feeling it's going to be Paul McCartney.
Oh, yes. Oh,
We don't know anything, but
It would make the most obvious sense.
And there's at the moment there's no Beatles link to the show this year. That would be it.
Apart from this.
I realised what you were just doing then. Paul McCartney's right up the other end though, so you can't see him. He's got an ironing board in front of him at the moment, which is really nice and glamorous. Mr. Whatever, and he would sing "Hey Jude" with the world.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Jude.
Well, you know what would be really nice as well, and quite fitting, even though it was a John Lennon song, is if he sung "Imagine."
Yeah.
I have a terrible pickup line for all of you. He imagines all the people. I just imagined you. And me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's nice.
Philomena Kunk. Hello, Philomena Kunk. I'm a big fan. You've got inside info on the interval act. It's actually going to be Alina singing Booty.
Booty, 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 so bad. What was that? It's still stuck in my mind. She succeeded in all of the wrong ways.
Let's have a look. Hey, Nastya. Hello to you.
Hi.
Where are you from? Lost Matches, you love Booty. Guys, can I just say, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're so close to 21,000 subscribers. We would love to hit that in the next day or two. And for those of you that didn't see, if we're approaching 21, we obviously hit 20 a few weeks ago. Big thank you to you for all the support.
We are staying in Penny Lane, and actually Penny Lane has everything when it comes to shops and bars, and downstairs there's even a shop that sells balloons. So we can do this influencer thing where we buy a balloon with 21.
Nastya, you're from Norway as well.
Hi.
Hello to you.
Hello.
Any collab that we would like to see between this edition's contestants?
We already said May Muller and Luke Black. Because they live together.
I'm trying to think.
They live together? No, they live in the same city, sorry. In Spain, that means you live together.
I'm trying to think of a collab that would be off the scale, and I'm going to go...
Lord of the Lost and Caria.
I'm going to go with Lazara and Blanca Paloma.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good.
That would be class, I think. And also, I would love to see... Malta, so the busker with either Taya and Selena or May Muller. And
I think it could be cool to have Voyager and Lord of the Lost to do like an epic rock.
Like a mega band.
Yeah.
The supergroup.
Who else? Ooh.
Yeah, I think I would go for Lord of the Lost and Voyager. Or Lord of the Lost and Caria. Or Voyager and Caria. Anything Caria.
Hello, I'm going to try, so, because I'll be honest, Icelandic for me is one of the hardest languages to try and say. So I'm going to say hello to Blaljoskotur. I hope I've said that right. Please don't hate me if I said it completely wrong. You're in Iceland, hello to you. And D Fromage from sunny Texas. Hey, D Fromage. And we've also got Yvonne Markinen. Tomorrow is a big day. Yes, rehearsals are starting tomorrow. We're very, very excited. Hello to Jasper. Your 71st Eurovision in Vienna. Oh, wow. You would love that, okay. And also Lord of the Lost and Cardia would be an amazing collab. Thank you so much, Lee Fern, as well, for your support. You've been with us for so long. And 20k was a big milestone for us, so thank you. Yes. It's all because of you guys. We've got Simple Things. You need to get us to 100k, please. That'd be amazing. We think it's a very, very long way off, but I would be like 70 by the time we hit 100k.
No.
Could you imagine?
I mean, if we keep growing at the rate that we have been growing, unless if we like exponentially grow, you can be younger.
Yeah.
So guys, we have to hit 100k before Andy turns 70. It's in your hands. It's in your hands.
Yivoy, I'm not saying your name right, I'm sorry. Yivoy Markinen, what are our plans for tomorrow? So we're going to be keeping our eyes out for any of the rehearsal footage, and of course talking to you guys about that. Obviously the press centre doesn't open yet for over a week, so we're going to be keeping ourselves as busy as we can to bring you guys as much as we can. We just can never really confirm what that will be until it happens.
Yeah.
But please,
welcome to Eurovision this year.
be
But
assured.
stay tuned.
Yeah, but be assured that we're like the real work starts tomorrow. We've had a couple of days to settle in to Liverpool and get to know this fabulous city. And yeah, the Vox squad in work mode proper tomorrow.
Yes.
Will we be attending the Euro Club? Yes,
We hope
we
so,
will.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait for Tina Carroll. I have to say, another great thing about Eurovision this year in Liverpool is the amount of acts from other contests that are
Yeah.
coming to either perform at Euro Club
It's
or
an
different
all-stars.
events. Yeah. How are you surviving on English food, Clara?
I'll tell you the secret. I cook. I am their official cook.
And she's a good cook.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
can you just scratch my back a little bit while you're there? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's a good massager as
I'm
well
talking a little bit to the
for
right.
aching muscles.
Yeah, I am. I'm like a multi-person, multi-function Euroboxer.
That was good.
So yes, I cooked a really good spaghetti bolognese for us yesterday that these guys have finished today for dinner, and tomorrow I will cook for them a curry chicken with rice.
Yeah, but actually, Gingerbread is saying serve us some Spanish rice, and I don't think you've ever cooked me a Spanish dish.
No, I haven't, but because Jess here is a very picky eater, so there's some ingredients I cannot put in the
Yeah.
food. So if I
It
have,
wouldn't be Spanish.
it's not that it would not only be Spanish, it's that I would have to cook twice
Yeah.
to feed my children.
Oh, but one day, could you like
Yeah.
do a paella?
Not really, because it takes 4 hours to cook.
That's all right.
Clara is a dish. Thank you. I hope you mean that I'm tasty or I look tasty. So yeah.
Gingerbread, you don't want Dua Lipa. Let me have a look. Ben Enti, have I said hello to you yet?
Hi, Ben Enti.
I can't remember if I have, but hello to Ben Enti. Sunday, oh, hello to you as well. I'm not sure if we said hello to you. Guys, I think we will have to wrap it up soon because you must be bored of us now. Is there
Almost
about
2
3
hours.
people left? Wow, 86 people still watching us.
Thank you for
Guys,
liking us. Why?
Yeah, why?
We were so I was so unpopular in high school. Like, why do we like it?
Gingerbread, you're not bored. Well, guys, you need to keep asking the questions then about Eurovision 2023. You keep us going with the questions and we'll keep talking at you. But I can't think of anything else to say right now. Apart from, Jess, what is this?
It's a nice cup of tea.
Nice cup of tea.
Clara has to have a Sunday dinner, a Sunday roast. You actually have taken me out for a roast. In summer 2018, I spent a month in, for some reason, and I find this very hilarious. But in summer 2018, I rented a flat in London, so I was like constantly seeing these 2 guys, and we did a lot of British plans, and one of them was taking me to eat to a Sunday roast place. What's your guilty
There's
pleasure?
also a bar just over the road called Spit Roast, which is
Sorry, it's late. Let's see.
I saw a comment about the
Go.
weather, and as a British person, I have to talk about the weather. The weather in Liverpool has been lovely so far. Warm and sunny, and
back.
just fabulous so far. But I think rain is coming though,
So Annie will buy an umbrella, and then it will never rain.
No, yes, but I mean, I know what we said. We didn't tell Clara, did we? Where we passed, where we're going to go for one night
yeah.
this week. We walked past like a proper fish and chip shop.
Cool.
It's
Proper,
literally
like,
5
British
minutes
one.
up the road that way, so we're going to go and get fish and
Nice.
chips.
These guys were super British this evening, and I was very Spanish, so I stayed home and slept a siesta. And then these guys apparently were super British and found the fish and chip place that they're taking me now.
The weather during Eurovision week is always nice in the UK. Well, the first semi-final day is going to be like 22 degrees or something.
So it means Britain, every British people is going to get a sunburn, and I will get a fancy tan because I'm Spanish.
Philomena Kunk, what is our guilty pleasure this year
When it comes to songs,
when it comes to songs?
Croatia.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't say any of them are guilty pleasures for me.
Podli Psychopath. Try to say that at someone. You'll scare them away.
It's much
Podli
easier.
Psychopath.
Much easier last year when you could say it was Croatia.
Ah. Yeah.
So my guilty pleasure this year. Oh, I'm going to say San Marino again. I really like it.
Actually, I have some very weird days a month that I just play San Marino in repeat for one day.
Cool.
Riyadh, you saw my reaction to Ida Pekan. Oh, is that Petrol? I love that song.
Petrol.
Petrol. Petrol.
His brother has a song that he loves and calls Iraq something something.
Oh, it's Iraq Sport from
Yeah.
Israel. 92, I think. Yeah, that's like my brother's guilty pleasure. He loves that song. Which country do we think? Oh no! Can I just tell you another song that I've really been getting into, but no one else appears to be. However, Blanca Paloma chose it as her favourite Eurovision song of all time.
Which one?
Is Remedios
Amaya.
Amaya.
¿A quién maneja mi barca? ¿Quién? Ay, por favor.
I can't say I'm a fan of that
Oh,
song,
I
I'm
love
afraid.
it. I think that's one of my favourite Spanish entries.
My favorite Spanish entry of all time is María Isabel, antes muerta que sencilla, that won Junior Eurovision, so it's slightly.
Ian Williams, what is our best UK song of all time?
Scooch.
Our favourite one.
So I'm gonna give you pre 2022 and post 2022, so you can guess. Yeah, it's a toss up for me between Imani from 1998, which I think is one of the best UK songs that we've ever sung, sent, and Sam Ryder, because I still like whenever me or Jess watch Sam Ryder's performance randomly, we'll just message us still. Oh my god, you know, I'm still getting emotional. I'm getting goosebumps, yeah, so Sam Ryder was amazing. And he was voted the #1 UK song of all time by BBC Radio 2 listeners the other day. If you're interested in the countdown, you can check it out on our YouTube channel or on our TikTok. I say TikTok like that for some reason. TikTok. Let's have a... what was the question?
Favourite UK song?
I will, if I have to be honest, and you can cancel me anytime, it must be That Samson.
I love that song.
What? Have you
Yes.
learned at school today? It's super inappropriate on the current climate.
Oh, yeah.
Society climate, but at that time, I think it was 2007 or something. 2006. I remember
Andy's face.
I remember being in high school and download it to my MP3, which was this little thingy like this that you plug your like. Beep.
It's the only rap I can actually like rap word for word.
Yes.
So that's the choice for both of you.
Oh no, that's Clara's choice.
Oh, right,
No,
okay.
that's my choice. But before Sam Ryder, I think Sam Ryder has made like is like shaming every other entry. So it wouldn't be fair to compare the other entries to Sam Ryder. So we have to have them in a separate category, which is what we're doing.
I don't remember us competing in 2006. Did we?
Of course we did.
Yeah, there was like recently.
It was one of the best rap songs ever.
There was recently in the Eurobox WhatsApp group with all of the members like a discussion about that Samsung and how everyone thought it was inappropriate to say the least.
Does Samson actually get televotes?
Yeah, you got 25 of them.
Oh my gosh. Right.
My favourite UK entry is One Step Further by Bardo from 1982.
I wasn't even in my parents' thoughts.
Mine neither.
Oh, me neither. I can say that about that song. I wasn't either. Guys, if you want to wish Clara well, because she won't be appearing in any more videos after that. Let's have a look. Lee Fern, you were 25 in 2006. Sorry, not 1982. Carell, you followed Eurovision since 2009. Your favourite British songs have been Spaceman and You're Not Alone. Oh, we played You're Not Alone by who were they? Joe and Jake.
I like that song. Underrated it was.
Yeah, they had a massive career
But like,
after Eurovision.
why do you
didn't they?
think That Samsung is so bad when you had Josh Dubey? That sounds good to me. That's even worse. Poor him. He moved to Canada and changed his stage name.
What year was that?
2010.
Oh, we didn't take part that year. Guys, just keep questions coming. Ask us questions, we'll stay. Carell from Spain, your favourite is this year, but you also like 2009. I'm testing you now, Clara.
Okay.
Spain 2009.
La noche es para mí.
Not one of my favourites.
It's one of my favourites.
Karel, why do you speak so good English? So good Spanish.
Spain 2010.
Algo pequeñito.
Oh, I love that one.
Whoa, whoa.
Love that one.
Yeah,
2012.
I requested him to skip it in the road trip.
I know, I put it on the playlist and she made me turn it off.
I like that one.
2012. Oh, Pastora. I know that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pastora, that's a
gosh.
good one.
Actually, that has to be my favourite
Yeah.
Spanish. 2015 was that
Yeah,
Amanecer?
yeah.
Amanecer. That we listen, that I agree to listen in the road trip. The thing is, I am the most un-Spanish person when it comes to Eurovision, and I'm happy to hand my passport away when it comes to Eurovision.
Hello, World Station Contest. Is that I'm
Oh,
gonna guess is
Spain 2003. That was Beth Dime. That was amazing. That was one
Yeah.
of my last favorite entries. And Chanel, actually, I'm a really fan of the Chanel entry.
2010 was the one with the stage invader. That's
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah,
they
Algo
performed again,
Pequeñito.
I think.
Yes.
World Station Contest. You want to know the rehearsals tomorrow? Monday they start tomorrow. So have we still got the list?
Neil Era, if you're going to say, if you're gonna give us like the Spain, and then the years, please let us know the songs because I can't remember.
Our memories are so bad.
But I saw someone mention Spain 73, which is one of my favourites ever. Eres tú, Mocedades.
Mocedades, you know that is a church song in Spain. Like literally,
Oh.
the church got that
Wow.
song, and if you go to church as a Catholic and you are in mass, you can hear that
Oh,
song.
I need to go to mass in Spain.
Yeah.
Twonk,
Oh.
you are testing us, and you're quite right to test us because we're
We're-
here talking
but
about
we're the
Eurovision, so we should know.
Keep it
We should
coming.
know
I
more than
love
we
being
do.
tested like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jess is.
Oh, show the
Oh,
book,
get
show
the
the book, show the
book! Get a
book.
book! Get a book! Get a book! Guys, we've got a book.
We got a book.
Guys,
Instead, I got a book.
we're gonna test you
Oh,
now.
now we can make the question.
So we got this book, which is a Eurovision quiz. Check out how hard some of these questions are. Right, I'm just gonna pick a random
Yeah.
one. Right, I'm
I'm
gonna
failing
go.
the test.
All right, question 615. What was the theme of the 2003 contest? It's a multiple choice, so you might get this: magical moonlight, magical rendezvous, dancing in the moonlight, or voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
That one.
Was it magical moonlight?
I think it was Magical Rendezvous.
Let's see. Maybe that was an easy one. All right, here's another one. Danish singer Bertha Kjær went on to write the song Hvor vi fra in 2004 for which international event? UEFA Euro Cup, Junior Eurovision Song Contest, Summer Olympics in Athens, or the Ryder Cup?
I would guess the
We
first
are waiting for your answers in the comments. Because I
I know
have no fucking
cheating.
idea.
Lost Matches, Jess is probably the most knowledgeable out of all of us,
Yeah,
actually.
that's so
We
true.
normally go to Jess, like, you know, with a,
Yeah,
with a question.
Eurovision knowledge just sticks in my head, like, very well.
Bandido Azúcar Moreno, that is a song Andy really likes. Well done, Karel.
Oh.
You can stay. We like you.
Yeah, there's so many good Spanish songs, actually. Close your ears, Clara.
I know.
But that is you must like that one.
Which one?
Azúcar Moreno.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's like, it's also the way my family raised me. I prefer Ketama, which is not a Eurovision song, but it's like a flamenco kind of thingy. But it's what I grew up listening to. It's like the only flamenco influenced music. Que taman estopa, that is the only Spanish traditional music, anyway, shape or form that my family was playing on the radio on the car rides.
Oh, I just lost the page. I need to get the answer for Alexander Pagels. Right, Alexander, I'm going to see you're guessing the Olympics. Right, 407. The answer was... No, it's UEFA Euro Cup. Well, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's UEFA Euro Cup. Right, guys, one more question for you.
We're gonna study this book. Un Bloody Mary, por favor, was stupid. I'm gonna say it with a Spanish accent because it was stupid.
I just remember the spinning chairs.
Okay, why did Albania choose not to broadcast the 2012 semi-final? I didn't even know that.
There was something gay? He would be the
I
only...
would guess it clashed with some other TV show. Or some kind of...
It's not a good reason. No, due to a recent catastrophic bus crash, they decided it would be in poor taste. And like, which country won the second semi-final in 2012? How would you even remember that?
Well, this is the question when I first opened the book, I asked you.
Is it either going to be Serbia or Sweden?
As multiple choice: Serbia, Portugal, Norway, or Sweden.
Karel?
Oh,
Oh, you're from
Sweden.
Mexico. I am from Valencia, Spain. Karel, you have a very beautiful name. I like the sound of Karel. Sounds very Estonian or very Baltic, actually.
Norwegian
Norway.
or Czech.
Huh?
Karel.
Karel.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was Sweden. Anyway, there you go. Oh, guys, you see, they all knew that.
But I
This
mean,
is why you guys should all be sat here doing what we're doing.
But to be fair, though, that was Euphoria, so it was obvious that would have been the winner.
Okay. How didn't... Oh,
Yeah.
it probably should have been obvious to me. Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Riyadh... Guys, questions are drying up. Guys, we're putting you on the spot. Although, I think we're probably going to have to go now because we've been...
An hour and a
Wow,
half.
we've been like over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
What time is it?
We have...
Oh, it's nearly 11 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Which means it's 1 for me in Latvia. Because I live in Latvia, just so you know.
Guys, actually, nil error. You're always in our lives, so we'll answer your questions last. Which entries do we think... Oh, and you, Gingerbread, as well. Okay. Which entries do you think might be really liked by your country's televote? Ooh.
Spain, because Spain just likes Spain. Maybe Spain will like Italy, because we are cousins. And Portugal, maybe. No, we don't like especially Spain doesn't really like historically Portugal, so I will say nothing.
I would probably say Slovenia.
Oh, I was just thinking Slovenia.
Because it's got that kind of slight Britpop vibe about it.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking that...
I'm thinking something maybe like Norway, like a fun, upbeat one.
I'm also thinking like Croatia.
Maybe, actually.
And Finland.
Oh, I
some
think
of
the Brits are going to love Finland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And you have a question?
And Gingerbread, you said that you were... Which side of the bed do we sleep on? So, it depends whose bed I'm in.
Oh, by the way, this is a very good time to clear that we are not dating any of each other. Because we always get, like, questions.
Do we? Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's her name? This Albanian star.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to go now because we're tired and we've got a busy day ahead of us tomorrow. So we love you. To those of you that are here for the first time, thank you so much. Please click the subscribe button. We really want to get to 21k as soon as we can. It would be lovely to do it while we're here in Liverpool. Yeah, those of you that come into Liverpool as well, we can't wait to meet you guys and say thank you in person. So we will catch you tomorrow, I'm sure.